and welcome back to Adventures of Mommy. And in today's video, I am going to be discussing some tips and trips that I have discovered from my babies being newborns to now. They are now 5 months. So it's kind of going to be a little bit of an array. There's not an exact order to it or anything. And then also, since they've been sick, I also kind of just wanted to throw in some tips and tricks of on how you can help, because you can't give them medicine, but you can somewhat ease their congestion and stuff like that, especially right before bed. So with that said, I think we should just start in with the babies being sick. So with the babies being sick, they've had a lot of congestion. That has been their biggest thing. And then, of course, the congestion leads to the cough and all of that. So the biggest thing I have done is, first, is showers. Anytime you are showering, your spouse is showering, your other kids are showering, put your babies in their car seats and put them in the bathroom as well. That steam and humidity will help loosen them up, and it's going to keep them nice and loose and help them be able to breathe better and also break up that junk and cough it out better. So that's one thing. And then also along with the showers is what I have done is for 3 times a day, 30 minutes each, I have just put the babies in their car seats in the shower alone. No one has to be showering, no one anything. And that's just because they've just been so congested. That's just what I've done. And then also, along with the humidity and everything, is having a humidifier on 24/7. Even if the babies aren't in the room or nothing. Just that little bit is going to help keep the air a little bit moist and help them, once again, break up all that nasty junk and all that. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about is, if you know, you know. It's the nose Frida. This thing is amazing. Apparently, there is an electric one, which I have heard is pretty cool. The main thing that one does is kind of help with the slugs, and pretty much what I call the slugs is the boogies that are long and stringy and you can't quite suck out. You try and suck it out, but you end up just having the long string. What I usually do is I just get a baby wipe real quick and just grab it. But if you can afford the electric one and all that, I've heard it's really, really good. Me, on the other hand, I'm a young mom with 3 kids, so I'll go with this and use a wipe. And then also with being sick is this little trick that I've learned right before bed. So what I do right before bed is I do the humidity in the bathroom, and then after that I put the saline drops. I'm not sure if you can see that. But pretty much just saline drops into their nose. Doesn't have to be this brand, doesn't have to be this kind, just saline drops. They're all the same. These are just nice because they're not name brand. This one's name brand, but this one's not. So the saline drops, and then come in with the nose Frida. Okay? And then after you're done suctioning and everything, you get a Q-tip. And this might be scary to some people, but at first it was scary for me too. The biggest thing you have to do is just hold their heads, okay? If you hold their heads, nothing will happen. But you want to get this saline nasal gel. I'm not sure if you can see that. Sorry if you can't. But this saline nasal gel, oh my gosh. So this, not only is it saline, but it helps keep the nostrils moist. Okay? So what I do is I just open the bad boy up, I get a Q-tip, I squeeze some out. I like to rotate the Q-tip as I get it on there, and then I kind of just swish it around in their noses. I do each one separately. So I go and get some, and then I do one nostril, and then I flip it over, flip the Q-tip over so it's a nice clean side, and then do the same thing, get some out, and then put it in the other nostril. So that's what I do, and it has helped the babies sleep and be able to breathe so much. Like, I can't tell you enough. Okay. Another thing, diaper changes at nighttime. Okay. So, especially when they were newborns. Okay. So, I had this heat pad. Okay. And I would have it laying flat on the bed like this. Okay. And then I would have a blanket over it. And then I would have it on the third setting. So it was warm, but not too warm. Okay. So I would have this laying down, a blanket on top of it, because I didn't want the babies directly on it. And then I would get my wipes, and I would put my wipes underneath like this, and then kind of fold it over. Okay. So it was like that. Okay. And I did this before even getting the babies out of their beds or anything. Okay. Because you want these heating up. Because I'm not going to go get a wipe warmer, but the babies do like warm wipes rather than cold wipes. So this did a pretty good job. I did this about for like maybe 8 minutes before they even got up and got changed. And then since this was lying on the bed, I put a blanket over it, and then I put the babies on it while I was changing their diapers. So that way it also helped keep them warm, and they just really seemed to enjoy nighttime changes a lot more since doing that. So that's another thing. And then also these reading lights. I got 2 of these because obviously I have twins. So what I did is I clipped each one to their side of their bed like this. And then it's got a little button up here that you push. And it's got 3 different color settings. I'm not sure if you can see that, but yeah, 3 different color settings. And what I would do is nighttime changes. If I was either doing it in their beds or even just to go check on them, this would automatically already be snapped to their beds. And then I would just come over, and I always did this yellow one. Not sure if you can see that because it's kind of like a warm light. It's not too bright or anything. And then I would also always kind of like move it away from them, so more towards me a little bit. But yeah, I recommend these book lights. They're USB-C charged, and they're a freaking lifesaver, let me tell you that. Like, just randomly getting up to go check on the baby because you heard a noise or something. Boop, boop. Simple. Keep it away from their face and look at them, check on them, and it doesn't wake them up. And then if you are doing nighttime changes, then, have it angled a little bit more at them and do their nighttime changes in their bed. But this, amazing. I have this one and a black one. It came in a 2-pack, so even better. And then another thing that helped when the babies were newborns is to already have pre-portioned bottles in the fridge. I know that sounds super simple and super like, yeah, of course, like I'm probably already doing that, but I didn't at first. And so having to either make a bottle with formula or dump the breast milk every single time, like that's just a few seconds of extra BS that I did not want to be doing. So I just pre-portioned the bottles and I had them just in the fridge waiting for the babies to, I'm hungry. And then I would heat them up and give them to them. And so, yeah, I would pre-portion your bottles. And then another thing I did when the babies were newborns was socks for mittens. Because the mittens, I'm not sure if you guys have seen, but they are loose. Like, they're not super tight. And those newborn baby hands are so tiny and their wrists are so tiny that, like, they just fall right off. And so either getting the clothes that have the mittens that kind of come up and over like this and kind of cover the hand, that is super great. Or, like I said, socks for mittens. Just the little socks that you would usually put on their feet go perfectly on their hands, especially if you put it over like the ankle part over the clothing that they have already. That kind of helps keep the sock on better. I thought that was really good. Let's see. I also have, this one. So my babies are 5 months now, and they're starting to use their hands and all this stuff. And so we have toys for them. But the biggest thing is they can't, like, keep getting the toy. It always ends up getting too far away from them, and then they can't crawl and get it. So I found this little trick, is to put the toy on a binky clip. Okay? This way you can connect it to their clothes, and if they drop it and can't touch it, they can finally get back to it. It's within enough, it's got a long enough leash that they can get it again. So this, and then also what I've done is, since they like to play in their car seats, and honestly, I'm trying to stay cheap, okay? I'm not gonna go out and buy one of those, like, twisty-turly car seat toy things that they play with. I just have this, and I clip it onto the visor part of the car seat, and then it just dangles, and they play with it, and they can grab it, and they can chew on it, and they have a great time with it. But yeah, so this, freaking amazing. So even if your babies aren't doing binkies or anything, get these, because there's so many uses for them. You're gonna want them. Another thing is, my babies were super spitty uppy, especially Henry. Like, and it was always whenever you went to go put them in the car seat. I do not know why. Like, and my husband said because, like, when you put the straps on them, like, it, like, pushes on, like, their stomach and everything, and then that pushes the everything up and out, which makes sense. But sometimes they would even do it before I even ended up putting in their, like, arms. Like, it would be like as soon as I put them in their car seat and went to go get their arms, then they were like, oh, spitting up and everything. So that was a struggle. So I found these long, like super long, like they went down to like pretty much their hips. Not burp cloths. I keep saying burp cloths. Bibs. And they're cloth. Just so then, like, you know, you can get up and wipe and it can absorb it. But yeah, so I got those, and I would buckle the babies in, and then I would put that on top and over their buckles. So then if they did spit up, it wouldn't be getting all into the buckles and everything, because trust me, I have had to clean their car seats so many times. It's ridiculous. So Another thing is, okay, this is the last one. If you are using formula, I know so many people are like have their own opinions and feelings about formula, but me, I've had to use formula. I'm sorry, I am not the mother of all producers of breast milk. I have tried, but with 2 babies, it's too much. I can't do it. So, I have signed up for the Infamil and Similac, like coupons, reward system kind of thing. And Similac, they send you coupons every single week. Okay, sometimes they're $30 coupons, sometimes they're $15 coupons, sometimes they're as low as $5. But come on, $5 with formula, that adds up. Like the other day, I had 4 $5 ones and I got $20 off of formula. Like you do have to use it for each different container, but still, that's $20 off of formula rather than just paying full price. Okay. When my husband went, I like to give him the bigger ones because then he's like cha-ching, like I save a lot. But I gave him 2 of the $30 ones, and he only had to pay $10 for the formula that we were getting because they're 35. And so he was like, oh my gosh, like this is so awesome. But yeah, so Similac, I love their program that they have. And then you also get like rewards and stuff. So I definitely recommend Similac. I also did sign up for the Infamil one though, before the babies were born, because they send you like samples and stuff. And obviously I didn't know what type of formula the babies would have. So I got like these little things of formula from Infamil, and my babies are not super sensitive. So honestly, I can kind of like switch up their formula like at a drop of a dime if I need to. I try and keep it the same, but when they were first born, they kind of had a few different formulas because we got a lot from the hospital, and then I had a lot of those like trial samplers. So, and my supply didn't come in right away, so that was that. But yeah, and so Infamil, Similac, go get it, go sign up. But yeah, that is it for my tips and tricks. I will come back in a later video if I find out that I have more. The older they get, the babies are starting to teeth. So I'm pretty sure I'll find some for that. They're starting to sit and everything, roll over, so who knows. But I love you guys, and I will be back next week. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below. If you have an idea of a future video you would like me to do, please comment down below and tell me what it is. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.